Magandang araw, ako si Kuya Code. Welcome back to my channel where I teach Python through coding challenges on HackerRank. But in this video, we won't be going over coding challenge because we're going to be continuing to go through object-oriented programming. Today we'll talk about inheritance, which is the second one that I'm going to be going through. So inheritance allows a class child to inherit attributes and behaviors from another class, which is referred to as the parent. So imagine you're making an RPG game. You have different character classes like warrior, mage, or archer, and they all share some basic abilities like moving and attacking, but each one has its own unique skills. So you don't really want to copy and paste the same movement function in one, every single class, because that's just repetitive and it's just a waste of time. So instead, we can use inheritance to write shared functionality in the base class and then create specialized classes for each character type. So this keeps the code clean and reusable. So first I'm going to make the character class. So class character, and we'll have our init here, self. We'll have a name, health, and attack power, just from general stuff. Self.name equals name, self.health equals health, and then self.attack power equals attack power. And now we can have, we'll have a move one as well. So self, and we'll just have a message that'll just say, hey, we're moving self dot name moves forward. And then we'll also have an attack one. Self dot name attacks with self dot attack power. So these are the functions that every single child is going to have. So if you don't implement this in the child class, which I'll show you in a second, it's just going to use the default ones. But if you do implement it, then it kind of overrides it, and then it will allow you to have unique ones specifically for the type that you're doing. So now we'll just make 3 new classes. So class warrior. And this is how you implement inheritance. So in here, you basically put in the parent class. So the parent class in this case is warrior, or sorry, is character. So warrior implements the character class. So in other languages, for example, you would do like extends character. That's what it looks like in Java, and I think in C++ or C# you do it like this. But in Python, you just do it like this, character. And let me just try something actually. If you put in, let's say that doesn't actually exist, just semicolon with colon there. Got a lot of typos apparently. Never close. And it says that this class doesn't actually exist. But if we do it like this, character does exist and it works fine. So that just kind of shows you that this actually has to be a class that exists in in the file, or in a different file, like in the directory as well. So we'll just copy and paste this because I'm just going to be changing these. So let's say a mage using magic, and then this will be a archer using a bow and arrow. We'll do def init self name, and then super, not arithmetic operator or error, dot init name health equals 100, attack power equals 15. So what this does is because this is a child of character, calling super refers to the child's parent. So, for example, when we make a warrior object, we're going to be getting a name, and then the name gets passed in to the parent. So because the parent is character, super is, imagine it like a reference to the actual parent class character, and because that parent class has an init method, this init method refers to the parent's init method. So this name coming from this init, um, and then the health and the attack power, these variables get passed up to the parents. So now the parent has, the name, the health, and attack power. So as you would see, when I then do this, well, actually, I can leave it like that, because if I make an object here, warrior equals warrior, we'll just have a warrior name, I don't know, Thorin or something. So now we have our object, and then we could just do warrior dot move. And what is that going to do? Once I fix my typos. So notice that says Thorin moves forward. This is because warrior is a child of character, which means warrior has access to all of the parents' methods. So because character has move and has attack, warrior automatically has those. And inside of here, you would be able to define extra stuff that only warrior has. But if you don't define extra stuff, then you would just have all the basic stuff. And then, like I said, the name is typed into the warrior constructor, which is right here. And then that name for warrior is passed up to the character, which would then display in this message the character name of the one who called the move command, which in this case is warrior. So if I can do the same thing, I'll just do the same thing for these two, except, well, actually, let's just make this 150. This one will be 100. This is 120. And then this will be 20, 15, and then 18. Actually, we'll make this 25. That way we have 3, and then we can just copy and paste this. Well, actually, we won't copy and paste it. Mage equals mage. I don't know, Gandalf or something from Lord of the Rings. And then archer equals archer. Legolas, also from Lord of the Rings. And then, oops. Mage will move, archer will move. So go ahead and run it now. So now Thorin moves forward, Gandalf moves forward, and Legolas moves forward. So even though there's only one move command or move function inside of the parent, all 3 of the children have access to it. And then for each one, you're passing in the name that you're typing in to the parent, and that way it prints out the appropriate name, which is great. And now what we can do as well is each one could have its own. Well, actually, I'll just show you this an example. You can still type in warrior.attack like that. And then it says, Thorin attacks with attack power of 20. And then it'll be the same thing for these two, where it'll just, the attack power reference will change. So 20, 25, 18. But now we could just define our own that's specific to warrior. So let's say for the warrior, special attack, self, and then print self.name forms a powerful sword strike. And I'll just copy and paste this. And I'll just change the variable names. So we'll just have cast spell instead, range attack, and then rather than a powerful sword strike, cast a fireball. And then this one will be shoot an arrow from a distance. And then rather than, we'll just keep the attack one in there, but now warrior dot special attack. This will be mage dot cast spell. And this one will be archer dot range attack. I had a typo somewhere. So now what we can see is Thoradin moves forward, which is from the parent. Thoradin attacked with the power of 20, which is from the parent, but then Thoradin performed the powerful strike, which is from the child. And then same thing with these one. These two are from the parent, this is from the child. These two from the parent, this is from the child. So inheritance is very useful, especially like in this case using like Pygame, where you have a bunch of different classes. They all have the same shared functionality. You can make a parent class, put all the shared functionality inside of here, and then inside of each individual child, you only have to define stuff that's unique for that child. And then super can just be used to pass unique class variables up to the parent in order for the unique variables to actually use. So that is another quick video. That's it for encapsulation, or sorry, this is inheritance. Next, we'll get to polymorphism is the third one. So if you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more coding challenges. Let me know in the comment section if you have any questions or suggestions for future videos. See you next time on Kuya Code. Paalam.